I looked up warding-type Japanese scripts and find one that says, repel demon or something. As soon as I put that on the inside of my door, he left me alone. He never breached again. He never talked to me.
I have no idea what exactly is going on, but the game is completely glitching out for me, as it was last night on both of my devices. While mysteriously logging in to CheapBoy32 on my Apple device when it was normally for a Google Play device, an Android device. Now I'm finding more glitches and having more problems. It's not just showing there, it's showing here too. I have no clue what this is. I'll even close my split screen to show that it's still doing it while the split screen's on. I have no clue what's going on. I'm just trying to walk with my Eevee and my dog to get things done. But it's like Pokemon Go is glitching my device. Huh. See, it keeps popping me all over the place where I'm not and where I am. It's never putting me where I am exactly. It's always putting me in different places. I have no clue what's going on with the game. But now I'm finding an actual Pokestop that should have been here, but was not here. This is happening for a whole week now. I don't know what's going on. So apparently Ashwood Lake is actually a Pokestop. I didn't know Ashwood Lake was a Pokestop, but I'm here on Hazelwood just walking up. I'll spin the Pokestop because I believe I have not actually spent it before. Well, spun it. Come on, you stupid thing, I just spun you. See, that happens as well. Every time I spin a Pokestop, it takes multiple spins when I'm right in front of the dang Pokestop. I don't get what's happening. It keeps popping me up in different places. Like when I went to North Carolina, came back to South Carolina, the game thought I was still in North Carolina and actually allowed me to spin Pokestops that I spun there a second time, of course for no reward, because it just acts like that Pokestop that I had there. Don't exactly know what's happening. Hey. Well, I'll get back to just walking and not catching any Pokemon and focusing on this. And it keeps
all the
I'm
gusto
driving,
that he had for his divine
but I'm not driving at all.
were never shared again.
Walking.
Now, I'm not saying that he's evil, but I can say that he wasn't after warding my room and getting that dramatic response. After a while, the landlords, of course, were growing tired of his inability to pay and gave him notice to leave. But would this be a fun story if I told you he humbly left? I hope you said no, because he didn't leave without threatening the power of God. And in his immortal words, I will command God to cast a flesh-eating plague on not only this city, but all of Western Canada. Yeah, buddy. I'm sure that's how that works. Thankfully, he did just leave. I've never felt safer than after he left. Key, let's not meet again. Entitled Mooch takes over my home. Overstays are welcome. Greetings, Mr. Reddit. Sorry to have a new post so soon, but this just happened, and I really need to vent. It's kind of a long one that features some entitled parenting and a little pro-revenge at the end. But mostly, this story is about a big fat mooch. It's a rather long one, so buckle up, and I'm sorry for the length. Also, there is not much dialogue in this story, so I again apologize for that. To start with, for those who haven't read any of my previous posts, I work at a hotel my mom owns. Sometimes we get these charity cases from the county or churches. Sometimes it's something sad, like a family whose home burned down or something along those lines, in which case we are glad to help. But usually we get these down on their luck lowlifes who have no place to go because they are either out of jail or they got kicked out of their homes, etc. I have future stories about these types of people. Now it was sometime in late January that she showed up. I will resist the urge to call her Snorlax because she was rather rotund and she slept all day, only waking to eat. And boy, did she eat. Oh, and shower once a week. Instead, I will call her Entitled Mooch. So Entitled Mooch showed up at our hotel late in the month. She was just fresh out of prison and had nowhere to go. No home, no job. The county had dumped her off on us and paid her way to stay for a couple months. She was rather quiet during these months, keeping to herself. After 2 months, she asked Mom if there was anything she could do to earn some money, as she had no more to live on. Now, I'm the only cleaner here, which means I typically work 7 days a week, and it can burn me out after a while. Sometimes I'm given Monday off if we're having a slow week. So, Mom hired Entitled Mooch to work Mondays for me and to help out whenever needed temporarily. Don't get me wrong, I was grateful for the break and the extra help. At this point, she hadn't become the Entitled Mooch just yet. She was actually pretty nice and helpful. During this time, me and my family were in the process of moving from our house into my mother's house on the property, as our previous landlord decided to sell the house and gave us 2 months to leave. That's an entitled story for another time. My mom had recently purchased a new home with her boyfriend and decided to let us move into her house. So we now live at the hotel and bar where I work, which is quite convenient, and I love it. But wait, things are about to get bumpy. After 3 months, the county stopped paying her rent. She had nowhere to go, and so my mother worked out a deal with Entitled Mooch. She could stay rent-free if she helped out around the property, which she did for a while. We had just moved into the house and were getting unpacked. The problem came when an annual bike run came to our bar. You see, the bikers had already taken all the rooms a year in advance, so we needed her hotel room. So my mother worked out another deal with her. She could stay in our house in the guest room for 2 weeks. Now, my mother is my landlord now, so it's still technically her house, so I can't say anything against this. Keep in mind, we haven't even lived there a full month yet. Needless to say, we weren't happy, but went along with it, as I have had no previous problems with her. We let her use our fridge and bathroom so long as she agreed to 1 term. She had to help out around the house whenever asked. She agreed since she wasn't paying rent at this point.
Okay.
For a while, things were okay. She kept to herself a lot. Me